What if I told you one of the greatest archaeological discoveries in history was made by a runaway soldier pretending to be someone else? A man who found lost cities, ancient gold, and priceless relics, only to die in obscurity, buried in an unmarked grave. This is the unbelievable true story of the forgotten explorer who found the crossroads of the ancient world and vanished. Please subscribe to the channel for more insightful history. Now let's get started. Amateur explorers aren't supposed to change history, but some do. You may have heard of Heinrich Schliemann, who found the legendary city of Troy, or Basil Brown, who uncovered the Anglo-Saxon treasure at Sutton Hoo. But there's one name you probably haven't heard, and that's exactly how the powerful wanted it. Charles Masson, once James Lewis, was a nobody. No money, no education, no future. So he did what many desperate young men did in the 1800s. He joined the British East India Company Army. But years later, bitter and stuck in a dead-end military life, he did something unthinkable. He deserted. That alone was punishable by death. To escape, he changed his identity to Charles Masson and disappeared into Afghanistan, a land caught between empires and teeming with ancient secrets. What happened next sounds like a movie, but every part of it is real. In Kabul, one of the most tolerant cities in the world at the time, Masson was embraced by locals, and he became obsessed with one question: did Alexander the Great once walk these lands? If so, there had to be proof buried in the ground. Over the next decade, without formal training or academic backing, Masson made discovery after discovery. Raleigh was the first European to uncover Harappa, one of the great cities of the Indus Valley civilization. He explored the Bamiyan Buddhas, monumental statues carved into mountain cliffs. Cuffs deciphered Kharoshthi, an ancient forgotten language. He found the Bimaran casket, containing the earliest known image of the Buddha ever discovered. If this blew your mind, imagine what's next. Subscribe for more forgotten legends and lost worlds. And he uncovered the lost city of Alexandria beneath the mountains, founded by Alexander the Great himself. But this wasn't just a lost city. This was the ancient crossroads of civilizations. Roman seals, Chinese amber, Indian ivory, coins from the Tang dynasty. It was a melting pot of ancient trade and culture that stunned even 19th-century scholars. But behind the scenes, Masson's past caught up with him. The British East India Company tracked him down and offered him a deal: spy for them or face death. What they didn't tell him was this: he had already been pardoned. So unknowingly working for the empire he once escaped, Masson balanced three dangerous roles: spy, explorer, and accidental diplomat. Along the way, he crossed paths with treasure hunters, conmen, rogue officers, and mercenaries. The kinds of people you'd never believe in fiction, but they were all very real. Then came the disaster. The British, wrongly fearing Russian influence in Afghanistan, launched the First Anglo-Afghan War, based partly on Masson's edited intelligence reports. He was horrified. His findings had been twisted to start a war. The invasion failed catastrophically. Masson, trying to help, was captured, accused of being a Russian spy, imprisoned, and eventually released, only to be arrested again by his own people. By the time he was freed for good, Afghanistan was closed to him forever. He returned to London with no fortune, no fame, and few surviving notebooks. The British East India Company, eager to bury its Afghan disaster, distanced itself from him. His discoveries, stripped from him, were hidden away in museums. He tried to write a book, but he was too damaged, too disillusioned. He quietly faded into obscurity. He died in poverty. Buried in an unmarked grave, no portrait of him exists, and yet the treasures he found, the lost cities, the golden casket, the clues to ancient civilizations, are today some of the most important archaeological finds in history. Thanks to historian Edmund Richardson and his book, The King's Shadow, the incredible life of Charles Masson is no longer lost to time. He may have died a forgotten man, but now the world finally knows what he found beneath the mountains. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe for more.